I wouldn't really call AI as a doctor at the moment, or like at least in the next few years. It takes a bit more, and like we need to build like mechanisms for evals, mechanisms for guardrails, and it takes more time. Like, let's go back. Let's take a step back and like see how humans do it right now, right? Like humans have. Or like the doctors, right? Like they take a more general course for first few years, and then they sort of like do some sort of residency training and like um, you know figure out how to work within the hospital, right? Like, and then they choose a specialty, and then they repeat the process, right? And the training sort of takes about 10-15 years. That's what I heard. Like good doctors even keep on studying until like late 40s, right? So
So that I'm interested in just assuming your AI is going to be ready to go then, huh?
yeah, so AI is not going to be, the specialized doctor that you're looking for, but it could certainly help with like more general purpose, like at least the current models that we have, like the general purpose models, right? Like they could be more so like you know uh, a student in the university, right? Like it's I feel like a university grad or something, right? Like not yet a doctor, right? And we do need like specialized models, but even then there's like a chance of error, right? So I wouldn't really call AI as a doctor at the moment, or like at least in the next few years. It takes a bit more, and like we need to build like mechanisms for evals, mechanisms for guardrails, and it takes more time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think supporting human judgment is a really good way to think about it, and probably the safest place we can stay focused on in the near term. Um, eh, who knows what things are going to evolve? I'm hearing discussion about things like super intelligence and like super artificial intelligence. I thought what we're doing right now is pretty remarkable. I'm not sure if I'm ready for these advanced things that people are thinking about. But if they're already thinking about it and talking about it, I'm gonna guess it won't be long before we start learning a lot. Oh, it's definitely a time to be paying attention and learning what we can now and figuring out how we can use it to our advantage. Uh, if you're thinking about the balance of efficiency and automation, um, how do you think we account for the built-in checkpoints where we're looking for human judgment? Because when you're talking about it needs to be designed with context, it also kind of needs to know when a human being needs to get involved or provide guidance or judgment call or whatever. I mean, how do you think about that, and how do you build that into your models that you're working on so that there's deliberate stopping points? Because I've noticed in generative AI in particular, unless you're asking it to prompt and ask you questions, it assumes you're telling it what it needs to know.
Yeah. 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 I mean, right now the models, right, like work based on probability, right? Like it just predicts the next token, and not even like a next word, more like a next subword, like all these LLMs, right? So and then it assigns sort of like a score, right? Uh, which word should come next, right? It's essentially doing that,
It's like
like
it's
sort
like
of rank.
an advanced version of what Google did a decade ago to us, finishing our sentences.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty much doing something like that, right? Um, it's not yet at a stage where it can completely understand what it's doing, right? At least with the models that we have right now. So, in terms of like relating back to your question, um, like when you do design these models, right, like the AI models, you need to build like an eval set. Like you need to give how or like have a mechanism or guardrails in place when to defer to a human, right? Like that's dependent on the score, like a confidence metric that we can put in place, right? Like maybe if it is if the confidence score is greater than 0.9, or like if it's then you're pretty good to go, right? But like when it and also it depends on the risk, right? In terms of saying a patient has cancer when he doesn't really have, that's okay. But like that just leads to an extra bit of tests, and like you have to um, you know get like you have to order more tests, and that might become expensive for the patient, right? Like so that's okay. That's like okay in the sense okay to an extent, uh, versus like If you say a person, doesn't have cancer when when they do actually have cancer, that's even worse, right? Like missing a diagnosis.
Yeah, and hopefully we're smart enough to know that we cannot let our AI models of any kind automatically make a decision and drive outreach and communication.
Of course, we have a human in the loop. It's just like the first trial, right? Like even when you sort of give those decisions, or like the AI's judgment, you also need to include sort of a confidence score on like a risk metric, so that like when the human looks at it, it the human understands, right? Like the AI probably tried to do a good job but couldn't, right? Based on the current patient's current reports, or like their model's underlying knowledge. So pretty much like giving the human a metric to look upon, right? So they could evaluate the answers from the AI model. That I think that that's what we need.